Panther Nation was good. Welcome back to Carolina's Armchair GM. I am your host, CJ, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Look at the Tape, Week 5 edition. Okay, so two things were prevalent for the Carolina Panthers in their comeback victory against the Miami Dolphins. Okay, the Panthers' ability to run the ball and the Panthers' ability to keep Miami from running the ball. Okay, our rush offense and our rush defense were impeccable in this game. All right. And on this episode of Let's Take a Look at the Tape, I wanted to show a few plays highlighting, our rush defense and our rush offense. All right. Let's get into the tape. All right. Now here's a play from the first half. And as you're going to see, the Carolina Panthers have one outside linebacker in DJ Wanham right here. And then they have their three down linemen. They have Cam Jackson, Ashawn Robinson, and Derek Brown. Okay. Then you have Trevor Wallace and Christian Roseboom right here as well. Now, mind you, Trevor Wallace was wearing the green dot this week as the Mike linebacker. Okay. And it seemed to work out when I seen it. It worked out pretty damn good. And we'll see if this continues moving forward. Okay. But now off to the side of the screen here, you have Trayvon Merrick right here. Okay. And when this play starts and the Miami player comes in motion, the linebackers will slide and Trayvon Merrick will be apparent right here on the side of the screen. And then down here we have Lathan Ransom, and back here in the play is Nick Scott as well. Okay. But one thing I wanted to highlight here, the Panthers discipline, gap control, they played assignment football on defense as far as the run game. Okay. So let's go ahead and take a look at this play right here. All right. Achane comes in motion. Okay. Now, mind you, what I want you to see here, all right, look at DJ Wanham right here, okay? What is he doing? He's making sure that the backside of this play is taken care of before he starts his pursuit to try to get to the ball carrier, okay? All right. Now, if you look at Trevor Wallace right here, okay? Now, let me run this play back a little bit. Okay, now watch the guard for Miami right here. He's going to come and try to get a block on Trevor Wallace. Okay, but he is highly unsuccessful at it. And Trevor Wallace just basically outruns him. Okay, all right, so you have Trayvon Merrick over here setting the edge. You have everybody flowing this way. Mike Jackson's out here, between the edge and the boundary right here. And so my man right here, number 72, who had a terrible day for the Miami Dolphins. Absolutely terrible. Okay, he gets a hand on Roseboom. But it's Trevor Wallace right here. My man, the guard right here, is trying his damnedest to get an arm on him. He kind of holds him on the play. But Trevor Wallace is going to follow this play all the way down the sideline, all the way down towards the sideline, and be the one to eventually make the tackle. Trevor Wallace, look at got holding him right there, got hold of his jersey and everything. Okay. And Wallace ends up making the tackle. Okay. Again, everybody was where they were supposed to be on this play. All right. Let's take a look at another one. Okay. Here's another run play from the Dolphins. And again, discipline and being able to set the edge was key for the Carolina Panthers defense in this game, their run defense. Okay. Which ended up only giving up 19 yards to the Miami Dolphins in total. All right. So let's go ahead and look at this play. All right. Now you're going to have Nick Scorton here on one edge. And again, another play where you got Nick Scorton as the only outside linebacker, and you got three down linemen. You got Bobby Brown the third, Ashawn Robinson, and Derek Brown. Okay. Also, you have 8 in the box. So the only safety is back here. You got single high safety in Nick Scott. Okay. So the other safety, Trayvon Merrick, is down here playing the big nickel. All right. Now, what he does on this play, and like I said, since Scorton is the only outside linebacker over here, Trayvon Merrick also acts like an outside linebacker on this play because what he does, again, discipline on the play. He makes sure that this edge over here, this edge is set, and there is no let me see, there's no way for the cutback to be able to be successful on this play right here. Okay. Go in motion. And one thing I want to show y'all right here, the one thing I want to see more of is Bobby Brown the third. Okay. He's still listed as the backup right defensive end. But wherever he lines up, he is very good at holding his ground. He doesn't get pushed backwards on the play. Whether they're moving left, moving right, or it's just a straight up block. Bobby Brown the third is really good at holding his position, holding his offensive lineman where that offensive lineman does not want to be. Okay. All right. And also, let me run it back real quick here again. Okay. Now, as you can see, look at Nick Scorton out here on the edge. All right. Now, this tight end right here, I think this is Darren Waller. He is going to kind of get a little bit of a hand, on Nick Scorton, but not much. Okay. So, and as you can see, now this guy right here, okay, he is supposed to be coming over and taking care of Nick Scorton on this block. All right. And he does not do a great job of it. All right. So we have Nick Scorton right here. He kind of whiffs on the block a little bit, forcing Achan to go back inside. And then you have Christian Roseboom right here, who's been free on this place. Everybody else is kind of, engaged with somebody. You got Christian Roseboom, and he's going to get right up in here to help Nick Scorton make the tackle. Again, disciplined football play. Everybody knows their assignments. They're in their gaps, gap control. All right. And as you can see, there's the play made right there. All right. And another very short gain. If I'm mistaken, this was a no gain on this play right here. Okay. All right. So let's look at the other side of the ball. Let's look at some of the best runs for the Panthers offense. Okay. Now, this play here was in the third quarter. Okay. I think it was maybe the second play in the third quarter. 53-yard run by Rico Dowdle really got things going for the Panthers. All right. And what I like on this play, Jimmy Horn right here, they send him in motion. All right. And what this does, it takes number 20 out of the play. He goes in motion. Bryce Young, he pitches the ball to Rico, but what he does, he finishes his motion in the play, and he rolls out this way like he is going to come out and throw the ball to Jimmy Horn as well. All right. And then what you're going to have here, you're going to have Icky, get this man. You're going to have Big Cade Mays, get this man right here. Taylor Moton is going to drift out and catch it's a bad error. I'm sorry. Catch number 40. All right. Tommy Trimble on this play is going to crack back and get Phillips number 15 right here. Okay. And then you're going to have Big Damian Lewis and Brady Christensen, who I am glad, Brady Christensen is back in the game and starting at that right guard spot. Okay. They're going to get to the second level and get some critical blocks as well. All right. Let me get this off the screen and let this play. All right. Now, as you can see, Jimmy Horn goes in motion. All right. Now, mind you, and what I was saying about finishing Bryce Young's motion, okay, he continues to roll out. All right. So at this point, I don't think number 20 realizes that Bryce does not have the ball, but he still has to stay over here because he thinks that Bryce might have a play over here to Jimmy Horn, but that is not the case. Look at the lane that Rico Dowdle has to run through. Okay. Look at Damian Lewis and look at Brady Christensen. All right. And especially watch Brady Christensen on this play. Look at him. Okay. He kind of gets turned around and goes, oop, let me just stand here and get in the way. As you can see, old boy tried to push him out the way, but it was too late. Rico gets out of that arm tackle attempt and he's down the sideline, and Minka Fitzpatrick ends up making the play. All right. But again, one more time, we take a look at this. All right. Look at the great block, the motion by Horn, the great block by Tommy Trimble on number 15. Okay. That gets him out the way. Rico gets the pitch. You have big Brady Christensen and Damian Lewis already up at the second level, making, a kind of finicky block here, but they get it done. All right. And also, and I forgot to shout out on this play as well. Look at Mr. Leggett right here. All right. Look at Mr. Leggett. Now, mind you, he got away with a hold. Okay. He got away with a hold. But if you want to call, you can call holding on every play in the NFL if you really want to. They're really going to scrutinize like that. But shout out to Mr. Leggett for the nice block right here, which is key in getting Rico Dowdle, gone on this play. All right. But a great setup, a great play call. So let's look at one more play. All right, now this was another long run by Rico Dowdle late in the fourth quarter. As you will see on this play right here, a lot of great blocking by the offensive line, and specifically, watch K Mays on this play. All right, just watch Big K Mays. Again, motion, okay, and watch what Mays does. Okay. As you can see, Mays and Big Brady Christensen are currently engaged on whoever that defensive lineman is right here. But watch K Mays. K Mays is going to get off of this block and come back over here and get another block. That is critical for the success of this play. Okay. All right. He disengages. He gets not the elbow. He gets a shoulder on whoever that is. I think that's Bradley Chubb, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, and then mistakenly, I say mistakenly because I don't think he did this on purpose. Okay, you see this defender right here who is diving, trying to get a hand on Rico Dowdle. K Mays takes a step back and ends up, all right, and ends up running into him as well. And then Rico Dowdle, okay, being able to take the contact, all right, keep his balance, and continue running on the play. All right. Also, protect the ball, hold on to the ball, keep the defenders from trying to strip the ball away from him, and punch it out. Okay. So let's run that play back one more time. All right. Again, motion on the play. You got Jimmy Horn going across the screen. All right, look at Big K Mays. Disengage. Let me get another block here. Rico sees that, cuts back. And like I said, inadvertently, K Mays ends up getting another block. Okay. Everybody else is where they're supposed to be at on this play. Now it's up to Rico. Okay. You run through two tackles right here. All right. And on this play, I think this is it's not Fitzpatrick because Minka Fitzpatrick is right here. But whoever 23, 23, the pass interference machine for the Miami Dolphins in this game, because he damn sure had a few of them, and 3 or 4 of them were not called. He only got one. It was a big one, but he got one call. Okay. So you got my man here at the bottom who's trying to get Rico by the legs, and you have 23 here who's trying to punch the ball away. But again, Rico does not let this happen. All right. Contact, balance, and continues on down the field. All right, Panther Nation. Like I said, real quick, just a highlight or a few highlights of two of the two main reasons that we did win this game on Sunday. All right, the Panthers run defense and the Panthers rush offense. Okay, I'm sorry, rush offense and rush defense. Let me say that correctly. All right, but like I said, I just wanted to highlight a couple plays from that game. Rico Dowdle had 206 yards on the day, 23 carries. The Panthers defense allowed a total of 19 yards to the entire Miami Dolphins offense as far as rushing. Okay. So a great game by our offense on the ground, a great game by our defense stopping the run. So before y'all get out of here, if you watch this long, first of all, let me say thank you. Second, please make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. All right. I'm about 62 subscribers away from my next goal of 2,000. All right. Now I appreciate all the love and support. And as always, Panther Nation, I'm gonna leave y'all with 3 things. Number 1, y'all be good. Number 2, y'all be safe. And number 3, as always, Panther Nation, keep pounding, man. I'll see you.